do this really spontaneous sort of a hangout because I really miss talking to you guys, and I haven't really done a proper meetup ever. So I thought, why not do a little chit chat video with you guys? Plus, I get so many questions by you guys, so I thought I can't do them justice in a 5-minute video. Why not answer all your questions in one big video, right? So let's see. Bear with me if I'm looking around because I'm new to the setup. It's my first hangout, so I might be looking here and there. So I'm going to make a quick announcement that we have gone live because we did have some technical problems before, and I might make a quick announcement on social media so every one of you knows that we are live now. There you go. Snapchat to the rescue. Hey guys, so we're live on my YouTube channel, so it'll be fantastic if you guys can come in and say hello. Mwah. So basically I wanted to talk about so many different things, and the first thing that I get questions about, especially these days because it's the holiday season as well as so many of you are getting married, and congratulations for those of you who are getting married, and I have so many tips, and I could get asked about the tips that I can give, especially about the skincare routine. Now, here's the exciting part. I'm actually in my living room, so we can have like a girly chit chat in my pajamas. The thing is that I base my DIYs on a lot of Indian Ayurvedic DIYs, and they're traditional and they've been used in India for over 5,000 years or more. And I wanted to, first of all, customize the recipes just to make sure that you guys have all the ingredients, plus it's really easy for you guys to do it. So if I simplify the recipes, I would say the first thing that begins is with cleansing. Cleansing really is such an important part of your skincare routine because think about it this way. If you don't really have cleansed skin and your pores are clogged up, you can go and buy really expensive serums, but they're just gonna sit on the skin. They're not gonna get fully absorbed into the skin. So the first thing, if you have any special event coming up, and especially because it's holidays, you know, you wanna have that glowing skin. And the thing is, who needs makeup when you have glowing skin? So you can start with amazing cleanser, which basically is half quantity of milk powder and half of the ground instant oats or basin, depending on what you want to go for. And the second thing I would say is go for a really nourishing serum, and you guys know that I love my rosehip oil, so you can use either 1 or 2 drops of rosehip oil or whatever suits you. Just look at the ingredients, that's very important. And the traditional thing that Indian brides used to use is the turmeric face mask. That's magical. And I know some of you guys may say that it might stain, but the thing is with turmeric, there's 2 types of turmeric. There's wild turmeric and there is the regular cooking turmeric. Unfortunately, when people go and buy the turmeric, I don't know why Indian stores don't carry the wild turmeric. They all carry the cooking turmeric only. So unfortunately, people buy that and then they have stained skin. If you can get your hands on the wild turmeric, it'll be fantastic. I've actually got a video on my channel on how you can make your own sort of a turmeric face mask. So if you can get hold of all the ingredients, it'll be fantastic. There's some other secret that I wanted to share with you. If you want to have really, really amazing skin, and I'm talking about your body, and if you have issues with things like, I don't know, you know, exfoliation as well as ingrown hair, and I struggle with ingrown hair so much, then one thing I can really recommend you guys is to go for a treatment which is called Abhyanga. And it's basically something so simple as using hot oil on your body before you take shower and apply that and massage that all over your body. And then when it sinks in, what you can do is sit maybe for 5 minutes. What it does is it really gets your skin to absorb all the nutrition that you're going to apply, and then make Ubtan. I'm actually going to make a video on how to make Ubtan, which is an exciting product because it is like your own body cleanser, an exfoliator, and deep detoxifier, if that's a word. But it detoxifies your skin, basically. It's amazing. I'll definitely make a video on this for you. So that's what I want to quickly cover because holidays are coming up and so many of you are getting married. And let's see if you guys have any questions. Bear with me if I take some time to get used to this system. Feature is disabled. Why? So let me know if you guys have any questions because I'd love to answer any questions that you guys have, as well as see if you have any questions on my social media because I know so many of you would be asking me questions there. Let's see what's coming up. So can't wait for the live video. Everyone can chat, ask questions. Haha. Definitely everyone can ask questions and be so fun. That's the exciting part because I thought you guys are asking me questions about pre-bridal as well as holiday makeup and so many different topics. I thought why not cover all these topics in just one video? And seems like you guys are really excited about it. I'm in, yay! Is it on YouTube? Yes, it's on YouTube right now. Can you guys see it? I see some viewers here. It seems like some of you can see me, some of you can't. Just let me know what's going on, guys. If you can't chat with me here, then you can chat with me on my social media. So let's see. So Beena Patel said, yay, I'm ready, Himani. Yay, I'm ready for you too. And basically, I also wanted to talk to you guys about so many things about what's going on and ask questions. I'll keep waiting for you guys if you have any questions. I just want to talk about so many things that I'm really, really passionate about. And I feel like you guys have so many questions about things like hair. Now, this is one question that I'm getting quite a lot these days, and it's about oily scalp. And I totally get it. The thing is, especially here in Australia, it's summer. Well, in Melbourne, it doesn't really feel like summer because it's actually getting so cold. Funny. But the thing with oily scalp is the first and foremost is, oh, what sort of shampoo are you using? You know, that's something that gets overlooked. And sometimes shampoo is a culprit. The thing, it's funny because when you buy shampoo that's especially for oily hair, what it ends up doing is it dries out your scalp so much that it throws your body and your skin out of balance, and it doesn't know if it should produce more oil, if it should stop producing oil. So it just goes into this frenzy where what happens is your scalp becomes oilier than it was before, and that's something that we don't really want, do we? So I've actually made a video on my channel about a DIY shampoo. It's great for every hair type really, but the thing is when you're making a transition, especially if you're using silicone-based products, it might be a little bit tricky in the beginning because your hair needs that adjustment period. So if you can take that time out, then that will be the starting point. Your skin will start to produce less oil and get more balanced. And then when you scalp, you see some difference with your scalp. I would say go for hair masks. And I know I've done a lot of hair masks on my channel, but I haven't really done a hair mask that's especially for oily hair. So that's definitely on my list. There's one that I made ages ago, and it was on this dandruff. And I think it was the yogurt and a little bit of aloe vera gel and some lemon juice mixed in. If you can wash that, that'll be fantastic for you, because if you use skim yogurt, that's just the best thing for your hair, guys. It just balances out your skin and gets a pH level as well. Fantastic stuff. Okay, so let's see if you guys have any questions for me. It seems a bit wobbly, and I have to apologize because I really made this decision to, rather than upload a video, do a chit chat at very last minute, and I'll explore these features a bit more later, but definitely ask me any questions that you have on my social media and I can check that. So the next thing that I feel that you guys are asking me about is what sort of things should you get if you're just starting out with makeup? That's actually a very good question, because when I started with makeup, then I was like, okay, so should I get all this? Because it all adds up, you know, it becomes really expensive. And it's not just about that. Sometimes you feel that there's so much information out there, and do I need all of it? It's confusing. So I would say the first thing that you need, and we talk about makeup now, so we're switching topics, and that's the whole premise of this video. So we're going to talk about different topics, so there's something for everybody. Oh, I also have a giveaway at the end of this video for you, something that I'm really passionate about. Excited about that. So for makeup, I would say just invest in a concealer for your complexion, really, because if you haven't really used foundation, then a gentle concealer, you can actually apply that underneath your eyes a little bit and around your mouth area if it's a little bit dry, little bit, you know, uneven skin tone. Then what it does is that's all you need. You don't really need to apply foundation all over your face when you start out. It's such a big misconception. I guess we do that too. And when we apply makeup in our videos, we apply it all over our face, and that's not really required for everybody, really. It's really not. So you just need a little bit of makeup here and there. And then start with powder if you have oily skin. Otherwise, just skip it. If you have concealer that sets really quickly, then the next thing you would need, I think you don't really have to, is some lip tint. You don't even have to go for lipstick or lip gloss. If you like lip gloss, you can go for lip gloss, and then go for a mascara. That's really all you need. I know it's such a simple answer, but I would say that in the beginning, just invest in these products and start out with it, and you'll be amazed how much you'll learn just by using little products here and there, and then build from there. So let's see. For some reason, my Q&A section is not working, guys. That's not really good, is it? But let's see if I have any questions on my social media, because I really want this to be an interactive experience for all of us. But having said that, you know, I've actually been wanting to, I'm just checking it. I feel like it's so rude to look at my phone. I'm checking this for you to see if you guys have any questions for me here. But you know, I've been wanting to do this for such a long time. Okay, so I'm getting questions here. Fantastic. But I've been wanting to do this for such a long time, just to have this chit chat with you. So happy that we can do it finally. So, Odi Motyar, is that how you would pronounce your username? You're so lovely. You always send me such sweet comments, Dal. Thank you so much. You said that you have a question on dry skin around the nose area. Help, Himani. Definitely, Dal. So the thing about the dryness around the nose area, if you have dry skin, then what you want to do is start off with exfoliating. I've actually made a video on blackheads, and that face mask is great. It doesn't really matter if you have oily skin or if you have dry skin, because that applies in this area and is fantastic. And once you've done that, once you've taken it out, you'll find it not only deeply detoxifies that area, it also starts to take out the blackheads. And a lot of times I find that whenever I have blackheads, funny enough, that's when I have dryness around this area. I don't know how it works, but that's what I have found. So try doing that first. Now, if you have dry skin in general or a dry T-zone area, what I would say is start off with I personally love something like rosehip oil, because rosehip oil at nighttime is just an amazing elixir for your skin, because it's very high in vitamin C, so it keeps that area nice and hydrated, as well as exfoliated. It works at nighttime to keep it nourished, so the dead skin doesn't build up over time. And then use a really, really nourishing moisturizer. A really good face mask for dry skin would be a little bit of banana, so mash some banana and put in ever so slightly milk cream. Now, don't use it if you're allergic or anything, but if you mix equal quantity of these two and just massage it in and leave it on your skin for about 10 minutes, it'll just be fantastic, and then wash it off. If you have oily skin, then I would say use the blackhead face mask, and that'll be amazing. But after that, what you want to do is apply something like a gel base. So use aloe vera gel. I prefer fresh aloe vera. That's just a personal preference because I find that it just is so much better for you. But you can go for the ones that are available in supermarket, and then put in maybe 1 or 2 drops of rosehip oil, or you can put in just aloe vera gel, and that's it, or 1 or 2 drops of olive oil, but not too much, but keep more quantity of the oil, the gel. Once you apply this, you can actually leave this on your skin and sleep on it, and it'll just be so fantastic. You'll wake up to really smooth skin. Do this every single day because it'll be fantastic for you. And definitely watch the blackhead removing face mask video, I think it's called, and that'll be really good for you. So I've actually got another question, which is, Srija, how are you, doll? So you asked me, I know you've done quite a few DIYs for dark spots and acne spots, but what are most effective ones that you can recommend? Can you give us an idea of what your skin routine should look like if you suffer with this issue? Love you, Himani. Love you too, Srija. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments you leave for me. So I definitely can recommend some dark spots and acne spots treatment. So you basically have asked me a DIY for dark spots as well as skincare routine. That's such a good question. Thank you so much for asking, because I know so many of you have asked me, and I just wanted to clarify this issue today as well. I find that the licorice treatment has worked so amazing for so many of you. It's really hard to say which treatment is most effective because all of us have different body chemistry, and what works for one person may not work the same for the other person, and that's just how it goes. But I found that most people have found success with the licorice method. So if you can search that recipe on my channel, I know you have watched it too, because I remember your comment on that video. So definitely check it out because I feel that's really, really amazing. The skincare routine, I say, is, again, it starts off with cleansing. I always put so much emphasis on cleansing because cleansing really is the most important thing in your skincare routine, guys. It just really is. And then if you use my DIY face cleanser, that'll be the first thing. And I would just say that skip full cream milk powder in the cleanser though, and replace it with skim milk powder. And if you can find goat's milk powder, sometimes it's harder to find, but I find that these days a lot of supermarkets are carrying it. So try doing that. If you can find that, it'll be just so amazing because it just lightens dark spots like unlike anything I've ever tried, guys, in a cleanser like that. It's just amazing. It's so good for your skin. So mix in equal quantity of goat's milk powder and basin chickpea flour. If you can't find chickpea flour, you can use ground instant oats and a little bit of turmeric, and the exact recipe is on my channel, so you can definitely check it out. That's the first thing. And then I would say that in the morning, for the morning routine, I would simply use this and then use a very natural moisturizer. But before using a moisturizer, I would highly, highly recommend, guys, I cannot stress this, use a DIY toner, either basil. Some of you were saying that you are finding it a little bit hard to find dried basil. You can use fresh basil as well. It's completely okay, but it just helps you remove those dark spots and keep acne in check as well. So that's fantastic. Or you can use the antioxidant potent green tea toner that I've made video on. So spray that and then apply your moisturizer. At nighttime, just keep it simple. Try and remove your makeup right away as soon as you come back. You don't want to have it on your skin and sit on your skin, you know. You want your skin to breathe finally. So once you remove your makeup, my favorite method is oil cleansing. But for oily skin, I actually have, because you guys know that I'm writing a book, and in that book, I'm actually going to be putting in so many cleanses and makeup cleanser. You guys know that I'm talking about this makeup remover. It is amazing. I just have to say that I have never tried anything like it. It removed my makeup like magic. It was so quick. I was like, really? Here I was struggling with my makeup and it was just all so easy. So definitely find a makeup remover that works for your skin type. But in my book, I'm going to include a lot of recipes for different skin types that I have personally tried out, that have been passed down to me through generations, and it's all based on Ayurveda. So I'm really passionate about that. And until then, you can see if you can find the natural oils that are lighter. So maybe don't use the extra virgin olive oil because it'll be very thick on your skin. Go for lighter oils like jojoba seed oil. That's going to be really good for you. And remove the makeup, and then use rose water at night time. It closes the pores. Well, you can't really close your pores, but you get the idea. It treats the open pores, which is really good for you. And then use rosehip oil. I'm obsessed with rosehip oil, and the first ever video that I made on DIY skincare routine, you guys know that I talk about rosehip oil, and I still love it. And just use maybe 1 or 2 drops, no more. And it's just going to be so amazing for you guys if you can use that. And it helps with acne scars as well. As I told to my friend the other day, and she said it helped her so much. She actually used to wear this MAC Fluid Pseudofix Plus foundation, because she found that she needed that sort of coverage to use that on her skin. And now when I see her, she uses a MAC Face and Body, which you know is really sheer, and it really helped her. So if you can use that, that'll be fantastic. And the next thing I would say is, if you have the need to apply moisturizer, then apply it, but otherwise that is just the perfect treatment nighttime. So I hope that answers your question in detail, because that really works. And let's see if you have any questions, because this FAQ Q&A section is not really working. So I am depending on you guys to leave me questions on my Instagram, which you guys have, heaps of you guys. Fantastic. So you're wondering if there are ingredients that I used to use but no longer believe in, like in some older videos. Thank you so much, learning so much. Oh, thanks so much, hun. You're so lovely. You also asked me, is there a difference between boiled down neem oil or the neem oil that you would purchase? Fantastic questions. So for the first questions, let me think. The ingredients that I used to use, I would say that my mom always told me to go for wild turmeric, which is called Amba Haldi in Hindi, or Kasturi Manjul. And I've made a video on wild turmeric, but I was just not able to find wild turmeric. And in the older videos, I didn't really explain the difference between wild turmeric and the regular turmeric in detail. I touched upon it, but I never went into detail. So I only talked about turmeric, but I would reduce the quantity of it. So I would say that I would definitely replace the normal turmeric in my face masks and use wild turmeric only. And the reason being, wild turmeric gives your skin that golden glow and it doesn't stain your skin. But I also find the more I use wild turmeric, it gives my skin an even tone, a sort of glow, and it looks like I'm wearing foundation. My friends sometimes would ask me, am I wearing foundation? I'm like, no, only lip gloss. So it's really that good. Apart from that, other ingredients, I would say not really, because see, the thing is, the ingredients that I've been talking about have been taught in Ayurveda for over 5,000 years. So it's just such tried and tested ingredients that I may not get a chance to use all of them in one go, but I keep coming back to them again and again. And yes, there is a difference between the neem oil that I have shown on my channel and the one that's boiled down and the one that you find in Indian grocery stores, because a lot of times they use the fresh neem leaves, and the ones that we used were dried mint and neem leaves, not mint leaves. But what that does is it eliminates a particular pungent, bitter aroma that neem oil has, and it still gives you the nutritional properties of neem. But I would say if you can tolerate the smell of, I called it smell, but it is a bit pungent, it is a bit bitter of the store-bought neem oil, and you will be diluting it. So please don't use it directly. Then that's the best neem oil ever, really. That really is, especially if it's made well. Oh, actually, I have to say, and that's why I love this Q&A, because I can talk about things in more depth, and that's fantastic. I would say that please do read the ingredients, because a lot of times it's quite sad. What's getting sold as neem oil has mineral oil and some parabens. So they don't need to, because there's no water really. There's no need for any parabens in there. So please do check that and make sure it's 100% pure. So I've got other question. I've seen a couple of DIY body scrub recipes online. What's your opinion on them? And what would be the one that you would recommend? P.S. I'm watching the live chat. Yay! Thanks, my lovely. It'll be hard for me to say, because I'm not really sure which recipes we're talking about, but I've actually made a couple of DIY body scrubs. That's what you're asking for as well. And I think they're fantastic. I personally love body scrubs, but what I love more than body scrubs is what I talked about in the beginning of this video, which is body Ubtan. Because it's like body exfoliator, it detoxifies your skin, it deep cleanses your skin, and it just does magic for your skin. I have found that ever since I've started using Ubtan, my ingrown hair problem has reduced so much. So I basically absolutely love it. I would definitely share a recipe on this for you. About the sugar scrubs and salt scrubs, I would say the sugar scrubs, especially if you use sugar like raw sugar and grind it yourself, sort of like in a coarse material, or you use brown sugar that is natural, because a lot of times brown sugar in the market is basically white sugar that's been coated with other stuff and is passed off as brown sugar, but it's not really. So if you use gentle sugar that's natural, I think that's really, really good for most skin types, but not everybody is able to go with salt scrubs. And that's just my personal experience. I've seen my friends getting rashes on their body. So if you have skin, because my body's okay with salt scrub, but I can definitely see that my body likes the sugar scrub more, or when I mix these two together. So I hope that answers your question. And I've got other question. How to get rid of pigmentation completely? Any skincare suggestion? Thanks for being an inspiration. Oh, thank you so much, darling. I would say that Srija asked me this question about a skincare routine just a few minutes ago on what would help with acne scarring. And I find that that's really good for pigmentation or hyperpigmentation as well. I went into detail of what your morning routine can be like and what your nighttime routine can be like. But I would say definitely include licorice in your routine, especially at nighttime. And it just transforms your skin. It's just so amazing. As far as removing it completely, it's just a process of doing it on a regular basis. And I just have to say that sometimes when because I actually get breakouts quite a lot, and I don't know if you can tell, it's just webcam, but I always get a pimple right here. It's so annoying. It always leaves the scar, and I managed to get rid of it because I use these DIYs, but I have to use these every single day. And that's just the thing with store purchase products as well. But I hope you try something that works for you. And another thing is, what works for one person may not work for someone else. So say licorice is working for most people, but it's not working for you, then try something else. I'll keep making, because I know this is such an important issue for us girls, and I really want to help out with this. And that's why I make so many videos for hyperpigmentation as well as uneven skin tone. I'll definitely keep making more of these for you. Okay, so let's see if we've got more questions. So that's what we've got. There you go, more questions. Fantastic. So Srija, thank you for answering my question in such detail, Himani. You're very welcome, my lovely. So Sabrina asks, I have very dark under eye circles, unfortunately. That's okay, darling. We all have them, really. We all do. How would you lighten them? Also, when I use my concealer, Naked Skin, and set it with powder, Laura Mercier all over translucent powder. By the end of the day, it has creased and looks cakey. How would you prevent creasing? It's almost like you spoke my mind, and I wanted to talk about this because I have been testing out so many things myself, and with the dark circles home remedy, I find nothing works as much as the potato remedy. I also have this other remedy which I will talk in just a second, but with potato, the trick is to leave the potato in the refrigerator and then get the juice out of it, grate it and squeeze the juice out and put it on your cotton wool pad and leave it on your skin. If you've tried it, it works for most people, but like I said, everyone has different body chemistry, so they react to different things differently. What I would say is, I have to confirm this with my mom because I get confused with this dal. It's actually a dal. It's a legume, a type of legume. But I think it's masoor dal, and that's something I wanted to cover. And my mom used this recipe on me, I think a few years ago. Can't remember when. But half the darkness went away in just one use. I was like, Mom, you have to write down this recipe for me. So I definitely ask my mom for this recipe for you. But there's this recipe where she soaks this type of dal and then she grinds it and then she makes a paste out of it and then she applies the paste thinly on a cotton wool pad and then she leaves on your eyes. Works amazing. I'll definitely make a video on this for you. So the next question, a question about the concealer. So I'm not really sure about this concealer because I haven't really used it, but I can give you a sort of a tip that you can use with any concealer and any powder. The first thing that most people don't really see is that when you apply concealer, you should actually, when you take it in your, let me actually bring the concealer, or it might take a bit more time because I'm not really sure if I can do it live, but I'll definitely do a demo in a video for you as well. But take it on your ring finger and then press it between. I like this approach the most because most concealers in the market have oils that kind of solidify over time. So you want to make sure they melt with the warmth of your tips of your fingers. And then once you do that, then apply it directly here, not touching the lash line, but right underneath. And I'll explain why in a second. And then apply it here. So you're majorly concentrating on this inner area, this area underneath, and then going forward and outward from here. And then whatever's left on your tips of your fingers, go in here so it starts to touch the lash line. The reason for that is because we have fine lines here. If you concentrate most product where the fine lines are, the concealer will crease. And that's what I see most people not realizing. And I'll definitely make a video covering this in detail, but I really, really want to answer your question right now. And then once you've done that, just make sure you're setting it. A lot of people also, what I see, they kind of go wrong is that after applying concealer, they don't set it immediately. So they'll start applying other sort of makeup, maybe setting it powder or applying lipstick or eyeshadow. But by that time, the concealer has creased already. And then once they would powder their face, that's when they would powder the under eye area. But the thing is, if it's creased already and then you're setting with powder, you're setting the creases as well. So just make sure, even if you're waiting in between, just make sure you touch up on the concealer area again and then set it with powder. And with the powder, I like to take small powder sometimes. And if I don't have small powder brush, so if I don't have small powder brush, I like to squeeze my big powder brush to make sure I can get in the crevice here. So make sure you're touching the lash line as well as underneath the area, and you'll see a big improvement in the creasing because these steps alone transform the way. And I can use any concealer now and it just performs really well. But I have to say that I've been going away from full coverage concealers, and you can see that I'm not wearing full coverage concealer today. I don't know, I just find that I use it, but I find that the less you meddle with the skin underneath the eyes, the better it is. And it just causes more fine lines and just problems as well. And I like to keep the area healthy. So I like to focus more on getting your dark circles than caking up the concealer, if you know what I mean. definitely cover in more detail. So the next question is, hi Himani, I just want to say I love your videos. I love you too. Thank you so much for watching my videos. And I wanted to ask if you have a quick solution for acne scars for a student like me who doesn't have time to do all your cool skincare. Okay, that's actually a really good question as well. So a really quick, if I can give you a really quick skincare sort of a DIY that you can start applying immediately, I would say maybe something for nighttime. So I would recommend this. I'm just making it up as I'm going along because I've actually used so many of these DIYs, and I feel that if you don't have much time, the best thing will be something that stays on your face at nighttime that you wash off in the morning. There's nothing better than that. So it depends on if your skin is oily or if your skin is dry. If your skin is oily, take some gel, aloe vera gel, and again, I like fresh aloe vera gel because that's always my favorite. And take that. You can also buy these store purchased ones, and in that, what you want to do is, I've made a video on licorice. I know it'll take time a little bit in the beginning, but you can actually use distilled water. So watch that video where I say add water. Instead of regular water, you can actually add distilled water, and you can find distilled water in your laundry aisle in your supermarket. So that'll be fantastic, and that'll increase the shelf life of your licorice sort of extract that you're going to make. And I would say that it'll easily last in your fridge for about a week or even more easily because you're using dried licorice roots, maybe even 2 weeks, but just keep an eye on it. So once you've got the licorice extract, mix equal quantity of licorice extract with equal quantity of aloe vera gel and mix it up together. And if your skin is dry, that's all you need. So apply that as a serum. Make sure you're rubbing it in, and gently though, and make sure that it saturates your skin. You can easily apply this underneath your eye as well, around your eye area and on your neck area, and leave it on. That's all you need to do, really. And you've got a long shelf life product that's going to last you for 1 or 2 weeks easily. Or if you have dry skin, then I would say that this one is a bit tricky to sort of go into in a video. So let me simplify it. What you can do is, if you can whip up these products, what I would say is not try to recommend cocoa butter because that might be a bit difficult because you say that you don't really have much time. I would say make it simple. Then let's just go for aloe vera gel and equal quantity of the licorice roots that you will have already, and then a little bit of argan oil, because I find, especially if you have access to rosehip oil, I cannot emphasize how amazing rosehip oil is for any sort of blemishes, and it's long shelf life as well. If you can go and get rosehip oil and just mix it up, that's your serum right there that's going to last you for like 1 or 2 weeks, and just apply that. And that's going to be so amazing. And please do share your results with me. And it's not just for all of you guys watching. If you don't have any issues with hyperpigmentation or acne scars or anything like that, it's still great for you because it's going to give you that natural glow and amazing complexion. So I think I've got that. I hope that answers your question as well. Srija said, would love to know the same as well. Fantastic. Many thanks, so helpful. I've literally thrown out 98% of my store-bought products. Wow, it's amazing how much chemicals, and I almost hesitate to say chemicals because not all chemicals are bad, and a lot of chemicals are actually derived from your plants, and they're great. But how much toxic products are in the things that we buy? And I am just so happy that we live in an age where so many brands are so conscious about what to put in our beauty products or our health products, that we can trust knowing that they're doing good for people. And yeah, I'm just so happy that you're making educated choice for yourself, hun, because that's just the first step. And I would say the second step is to start to make your own skincare and your own things. And I'm also doing the research because I know so many of you are so busy and you ask me for suggestions of brands that I can recommend. It is very hard, I have to be honest, because I have pretty high standards and I have come across quite a few brands that I like, so I'll share them in my future videos for you as well. Thanks for answering my question. Love you so much. I love you too. So the next question is, you look so gorgeous. I love you. Thank you. I love you too. Mwah. I use a really good eye cream, Origins. Okay, fantastic. Transcription. That's a really cool name. But my under eyes are still really dry and appear wrinkly, especially the inner corners of the eye. I use rosehip oil and evening primrose oil on my face every night too, and my concealer doesn't apply smoothly. What can I do? I'm so grateful that you guys are asking such amazing questions, because these questions also give me an idea as to what sort of topics to cover in my future videos, and I just want to help you guys as much as I can. And this is something that I faced about, I would say, 3 months ago, and that was winter, sort of winter here in Australia, and I was taken aback. And I realized that that was happening because primarily, here's a shocker, because of the diet. And the thing is, when we cut out a lot of nutrition out of our diet, and that time I was eating videos back and forth, and I just didn't have time, and I wasn't eating very healthy, that's when it happened. So the first thing I would say is definitely make sure that you are eating right, so your body is able to produce the go in balance, really, because you know, our skin, people think our skin is exclusive and it's about what you put on your skin, and when you're eating it's about your health. No, it's all interdependent. Our body is one big machinery that works together. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, here's the thing, you're going to find this so surprising, hopefully, and it's going to just change the way you look at applying eye creams. Never apply eye cream directly here. That's just completely wrong way. And I wanted to make this video ages ago, and I don't know what happened, and I will make this video for you as well. But never apply eye cream around here. What happens is when you do, it gets underneath this area and in your eyes as well, and it, for some reason, never ever hydrates your skin nearly as much as when you apply on this bone. You know, your eyebrow area, apply here, and this bone here, you can actually see that there's a line that goes here. So just here, and then there's a movement to it. So I hesitate to put this right now because it is a bit more sensitive sort of a subject, and I just want to make sure I explain it really well. But to make sure that you can start using this tip immediately, I would say the first step is to start apply here, dot it here, and then massage it really gently with your pinky finger, but never pull and tug at your skin. And when you do that, there is these, you know, I'm actually researching this because I asked my mom and dad about it too. Like, are there any Ayurvedic sort of like the points in Ayurveda, just say they have any, the points here, because there's some, I don't know. I just find that because my mom always told me to massage this area. Whenever I massage this area with my eye cream and this area as well, because the eye creams or the oils, I use oil, the combination of oil, and I make my own eye creams. So they travel here, like down here anyway. So might as well do that. And I find that somehow over time, in less than a week, that moisturizes my eyes much more than when I was applying it directly here. Try that out as well. And you also said that the concealer doesn't really go on properly. I'm guessing that's because, I'm trying to read your question again, that it is because, I'm guessing because it's dry. That could be the reason. I have a tip for you. Before you start to, it could also be because you've just, your eye cream is just sitting on top. So here's the thing, apply your eye cream and then take cotton wool pad and take a little bit of rose water or even green tea. Green tea is fantastic. And after 10 minutes of the cream getting absorbed into your skin, gently take it off with, and make sure that your toner, i.e. your rose water or your green tea, is really nice and chilled, so it soothes the area as well. And then take it off and let it dry out. And then once it dries down, then apply your concealer. This is amazing because it removes any excess oil, plus the green tea or rosehip, not rosehip, but rose water helps any makeup go on your skin so much smoother. So definitely try it out. I actually recommend spraying this on your face as well, so your foundation goes much smoother. So I hope that answers your question. Thanks for your answer. Love you. I love you too. Hey, Himani, you're awesome. I love you. You're awesome too. I love you. Mwah. Can you please do a video for hooded eyes, and when are you coming to New Zealand? Funny that you asked, because we actually wanted to go to New Zealand this Diwali and it just didn't happen. So I really miss New Zealand, because you guys know that I got married in New Zealand and it's just so close to my heart, and my parents-in-laws, they live there as well, and they're just so amazing. We really miss each other. They come down to see us, but let's see. Hopefully during Easter this coming year. I hesitate to say because I'm not entirely sure, but I'll be the first to let you know, because I'll love to do a meetup there. And with a makeup for hooded eyes, you know, I actually am trying to do makeup for different sort of facial features, and I just need some models to do the makeup on. So if I can find somebody with hooded eyes, I'll absolutely love to do it for you, because I can sort of recommend the tips, but it wouldn't make that much sense if I do it on my eyes, because you may not be able to translate that well on the eyes, you know, your eyes, and I just want to make sure that my videos are as helpful as possible. So I can't wait to find somebody like that. That'd be amazing. Hello there, I'm young and I struggle with body and face acne. I keep it under control with a lotion and African black soap, which is amazing, by the way. That's fantastic that you like it. I would like to know if you have any tips, and I find my acne is caused by my body overheating. Love your videos. I know you mentioned acne treatments, but I'm literally playing this video as I'm cleaning my room. That's so awesome. So that's very helpful to know that your African black soap is working for you. I've been curious about that. That's really good to know. And with the body and face acne, I'll talk about body acne first, because that's something I've not talked about in this video. And that's fantastic that you touched upon it. And I'm so sorry you're struggling with it, and it just sucks, because I have struggled with body acne myself, and it's just never fun. The first thing is cleansing. And I always say this, cleansing is really the most important thing. I find that when my skin pores are clogged up, that's when I get body acne. Now, if you already have acne, please make sure that you do patch test on anything that I recommend, as well as any store purchase products, because seriously, like, what works for one person may not work for someone else. Like, I know I love L'Occitane products. A lot of them have the lavender as well, and I know my friends reacted to lavender. You know, Peter is allergic to lavender. It's so crazy how we can be allergic to something as beautiful as lavender, but other person just loves it. So please test run these things that I mentioned. But if your body acne is quite severe, I would stay away from exfoliating. What it does, it spreads the infection and it spreads all throughout the body, and that's not what you want to go for. But if it has kind of dried out, I love to apply my Ubtan, which I mentioned in this video, but I haven't really given the recipe because I want to make a video on this. It's a bit more, there's a bit more to it than just an online quick video. So I'll definitely make a video on this for you. But that body Ubtan is body cleanser, and it detoxifies your body. It's also a fantastic deep cleanser and exfoliator. I just love it. And I would say when I upload that video, definitely try it out, test run it and try it out, and at least once a week use it on your body. And the next thing I would say is, it's so surprising, and I actually wanted to make a video on body acne, and that's precisely why I made this live sort of a video for all of you, because I can talk about so many things in just one video that I've wanted to cover for so long. So it's the sheets, your bed sheets, and a lot of times we're allergic to anything that's not 100% cotton. So when, you know, synthetic sort of, what is it, polyester? And polyester is so common. It's mixed in with cotton. Sometimes it's only nylon and polyester. And it's just, some people are more sensitive to it than other people. I know Peter is sensitive to it. I'm okay, I'm like on the fence. And sometimes it triggers my body acne. So I had to replace all my bed sheets, and I just go for 100% cotton. So try and see if you can find 100% cotton. And if you do have it, see if you are allergic to sometimes cotton that they find is mixed in with so many chemicals. And I know a lot of my friends have found that when they switched to organic cotton bed sheets, that was an investment that they made, but it paid off because the skin feels so much better. So it's unexpected sort of a tip, but try it out because I know that it's worked for so many people, including me and Peter as well. He's got very sensitive skin. I wouldn't say body acne, but he's got very sensitive skin. So that definitely has helped him too. And definitely try it out. With the facial, so I'm gonna go into the part 2 of your question, is the facial acne. Cool. See, with the facial acne, I've actually answered this question for 2 of you lovelies before, and I would say definitely, because this video will be recorded and will be uploaded on my channel, definitely watch this because I've actually gone into detail of what you can do for your morning routine as well as night routine, and it'll be fantastic, and I really hope it helps you out. It's so cool how you're watching my video while cleaning your room. Multitasking, girl. Srija, what DIY would you recommend for my dad? He's getting older, for his hair, thinning more on top, and what he can do to prevent his hair from thinning more. You're such an amazing daughter, let me just say that. That is so cute that you asked this question for your dad. And a lot of times it's, I don't know, it's just, I'm hesitating to say this because it's a lot to do with genetics too, but there are a couple things that you can try, and I wouldn't say that it just magically makes your hair. There are people who actually proclaim all of those things, and as you guys know that I am not into proclaiming things that you're just not sure. Even the products in the market that regrow your hair or make your hair thicker, it's not a guarantee. So try this out because there's no harm in trying. It's completely natural. Amla hair oil. And I also want to say that a lot of amla hair oils that are available in the market these days have mineral oil and parabens. So see if you can make your own amla hair oil, or if you can find 100% pure amla oil. Guys, it's fantastic, not just for thinning hair, for hair fall, and also to a lot of extent helps to improve the hair growth. So I've seen a lot of people actually have the hair grow back to a lot of extent. I wouldn't say they have hair all over the scalp, but it really helped with the bald patches. So when a lot of people have receding hairline, and I've actually seen people as young as 30 or 35 getting this receding hairline, and they've actually seen a big improvement in it. So if you can try that, that'll be fantastic. That's a simple, amazing DIYs. I've also made videos on thinning hair. So if you go on my channel and type thinning hair, and you'll be able to see so many DIYs, but I would say amla hair oil should be the first thing that you should start with, and that'll just be amazing. And because he's a guy, that's why I was hesitating mentioning so many DIYs, because I don't want to suggest something that he may not be comfortable with, because I know that Peter is not going to allow me to apply those hair masks that I apply on my hair. My brother's not going to allow me to do that. Well, I might do it if I really want to, but in general, they might not allow me. So amla hair oil is a safe bet, and that you might enjoy the hair. Oh, I forgot to mention, I've actually got a video on my channel on DIY head massage. So with amla oil, if you can give him head massage using this Ayurvedic technique, that's just fantastic. He'll enjoy that because it's deeply relaxing, but it stimulates the hair growth. So that's really good. So the next question, I'm loving your question, guys. I have to say, you guys have such amazing questions. So the next question is one more for you. I have dark, rough patches of thickened skin on top of my toes, and I hate them. What can I do? Is it because I don't exfoliate enough? Is it my shoes? First of all, I say that I know it sucks sometimes that I totally get it, doll, that, we're not happy with something that's going on with our body, but here's the thing, it's never going to be perfect. And that's just the reality that we live in. We want it to be perfect, but it's just never going to be. So please don't hate any part of your body, and that's just what I believe in. You know, if you love yourself, there's nothing like it, because everyone in the world, celebrities and everyone included, you know, they all have something that they don't like about themselves. So with the toes, it is because shoes. I hate to break this to you, and I learned this the hard way myself, and I struggle with this. I would actually get those around the sides of my toes as well, because my feet are quite sensitive. So they have these callus protective sort of gel pads. So wherever you find you're getting those on the top of your toes, if you can just stick that onto your shoes that you're wearing most often, try that, because that might really help. Another thing is pedicure. I actually do that at home. I'll definitely make a video on this for you, and I will make sure I cover this point in detail, because there's a trick to it, and I don't want to mention something that might be taken the other way, because I want to say that use a foot file, but I know some people use foot file in such a sort of aggressive way that they kind of peel off the skin. So please don't do that. And I would say that if you are going to use foot file, please don't use the metallic ones available in the market. They're just so bad for you. Also, make sure you have soaked your feet in water for at least 10 minutes before you use it, and use it sparingly. That's a great way to start, actually. And then you're using your Trifla spray for my hair, and it's drying out my hair. Is this supposed to happen? Thanks. Oh no, I'm so sorry that's happening to you. And it just goes on to show that, you know, what works for one person, it may not work for someone else. So maybe what your hair needs is more moisturizing rather than Trifla. So if it's definitely, I would say the first thing you can try doing is spray the Trifla and then massage your hair and your scalp with some hair oil. So it just gets all soaked in and your hair is nice and moisturized. Or you can use one of my hair masks, and that'll be fantastic for you. Or just eliminate Trifla altogether and just use one of my DIY hair masks, and that should help. And thank you so much, Himani. We'll definitely try amla oil. I have amla oil at home. What oils would you recommend? Boiling it with almond or coconut? I would say coconut, really, or sesame. Don't use the black sesame oil that's available in your supermarket. I think these days supermarkets are also carrying the white sesame oil, but your Indian grocery store has it. So either of those two places. And the next question I have is, thanks so much for answering my question, love. I have another question. Sorry. It's about long distance relationships. Do you have any tips? I love your live video. Thank you so much. And that's a beautiful question, because it is so different from what I've answered in this video. Long distance relationships can be a little bit tricky, and I actually want to make a sort of complete video dedicated to it, and that's a great topic because there is so much to it that I want to talk about. But I would say the most important thing that it does for your relationship, it builds trust, really. If a relationship can survive a long distance, it can really survive anything, and trust me on that. And it's also very, very important to communicate. See, the thing is, if you can take time to communicate, and there's so many ways to communicate these days, you just have to take out the time. And a lot of times I find that it's quite personal, and some of my friends have actually faced this, and it's actually been quite recent, so it's still quite raw, and I keep talking to them. And from their experience, without going into detail, I also want to say it's a big test of how keen each person is about the other person. So the most important thing for you right now is to really spend the time that you can spend with each other. So say you come back from work or your uni, if you have, maybe while you're cooking, it doesn't have to be such a formal taking out time only for Skyping or, you know, with Snapchat. You can just do it while you're cooking or you're having a food. And if you do that, that just goes on to show to the other person that you are keen, that, you know, you are invested in the relationship. So it's all about not just expecting that from the other person, also setting an example. Sometimes with guys, they find it difficult to find ways to communicate. A lot of times I find that guys are you know, like I said, that I don't really want to go into specifics because it's about my friends with their recent experiences, but they don't know how to communicate, and my friends would like set example and show by experience and say, hey, I thought I would call you, I'm cooking, and they'll say, hey, that's a good idea, and they would talk, and the next thing you know is that the man in their life is doing that as well. So that's just something that's so important, to discover new ways to connect and set an example. So you're constantly raising the bar in a way and being your best self. Long distance relationships also help you to uncover so much about yourself that you didn't know. So you really can take it both ways. It can bring out the best of you, or it can show you if your relationship, how invested you are and the other person is. Having said that, I also want to say that please don't set any unrealistic expectations, because of distance, you can't really be in touch all the time. So there's a fine line, and only you can know what sort of, where the line gets drawn, you know, how much is too much and how little is too little. So see how you go, test run, but don't be very quick in coming to any sort of conclusion. Give that person a sort of a chance to prove themselves. Also take time out and to learn, because they're also new. So I hope these little tips helped you out, and I will go into detail. That's all the time we have for today. And I had so much fun talking to you guys. I will definitely do these type of hangouts with you because I had so much fun. And I know that you guys had so much fun as well. I just want to check if there are any questions, quick last minute questions, because I don't want to leave any questions unanswered. What lipstick? Oh, that was so, this has been so much fun. 2 more quick questions. Is it okay to use your toner or rose water directly on eyelids? Rosehip oil too. Secondly, if you had to swap out coconut oil with your neem or coconut oil hair mask, what would it be? Very, very interesting question, Style. Thank you so much. I had so much fun as well. So with the rose water, yes, absolutely. You can directly apply this on your eyes as long as it doesn't go in your eyes. In fact, if you soak up your cotton wool pads with rose water and leave it on your eyes, it's great for puffiness. So that would be really, really good. If I can swap out neem and coconut oil, so does that mean that you're saying that with neem, with coconut oil, or just coconut oil hair mask? I would say neem. Neem any day. I love my neem because I actually had very sensitive skin while growing up, and especially to the sun, and I think that my skin is not so sensitive when I go out in the sun so much, because I actually used my mom really used it on me, but she used so much neem on my skin with her different DIY recipes, that I just love my neem. If I can get hold of neem every single day, I'll use it in every single of my DIY. Then what lipstick are you wearing? You look stunning. Oh, thank you. Let me see. That's a very good question, because I actually made a Snapchat video about it. It's called Nude, and it's Madam Glam, and it's my obsession lately. I actually use that as my blush today as well. Don't know if you guys can notice, it's kind of same color, but this is fantastic. What I love about their lipsticks is that they're kind of natural, but from memory, I don't think they have any chemical ingredient or toxic ingredient in it. They do have beeswax, so it's not vegan, but it's really, really good for you. Very moisturizing too, so I love it. Very pigmented, surprisingly. Hi Himani, I love watching your YouTube videos. I find them very interesting to watch. Thank you. I wanted to ask you, what or who inspired you to make YouTube videos? That's such a beautiful question. Without talking about myself, because I don't want to make this a video about myself too much, I want to make it about you guys. It's just, you know, my friends would always ask me about DIY recipes because I would share them with them, and they were like, why don't you share this with the world? Start a blog or something. And then at that time, I was watching a lot of beauty community, and I was like, maybe I should. And I was also obsessed with Bollywood makeup. And when I say Bollywood makeup, people think that it's all dramatic makeup, but if you watch a Bollywood movie, it's never dramatic. It's actually very simple, but it's about right placement for everything, so it kind of looks natural. So I was really, really obsessed with it. So I started out making a lot of Bollywood makeup videos, which I'm a bit sad about because I deleted them. I have no idea why. I really wish I kept them because I made so many Bollywood makeup tutorials. So that inspired me because I was like, I really, really want to share this with the world. I want to, because I'm so passionate, especially about the DIY recipes and about makeup as well, because I feel that so many of us are struggling with makeup and I just want to help people, really. That's why. Oh, and totally forgot to ask, do you have any tips for curly hair? Live chat is awesome. Thank you. Really love the live video idea, Himani. Hope you'll be doing this all often, and I will, definitely. With curly hair, did you mean that you're going to tame curly hair and frizzy hair? I've actually got a video on my channel for frizzy hair, and that's really, really good. I've also got this avocado hair mask where I mix it with the coconut milk. You can also use coconut cream to make it a bit thicker, and that'd be great for curly hair. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really, really had so much fun making this for you. And I have to say that I'm so used to making sort of videos and editing that I just said that I enjoyed making this video. But I really, really enjoy having this live chat with you. Hopefully next time this Q&A feature on our Google Hangout will work, and that'll be fantastic. And I just want to say that because I get so many questions about self-confidence, I just want you guys, and I'm so serious about this, guys, just know that no one is perfect. You know, we look at other people and we think, oh, this guy has perfect, I don't know, whatever, or this girl has perfect skin or perfect facial features. It's just all an illusion. Because especially when we are online, we edit our video, guys, and we film our videos. A lot of times, see, this is live. I can't edit this video, but I have my time. You don't know what a person is insecure about when they're off camera. You just have no idea. A lot of times, I'm so surprised when I read about celebrities, and I think that they have amazing this facial feature or high cheekbones, and they just happen to hate the cheekbones. And I'm like, what, girl? You can't hate your cheekbones. They're amazing. They look good on you. So it is just about loving yourself. It just goes on to show that everyone is insecure about one thing or the other about themselves. It's just about self-acceptance. And if you can just tell yourself just one thing every single day that you like about yourself, it can be superficial or it can be something not superficial. It can be something like you like your nose, you like your forehead or whatever. Or you can say, I like that I'm caring. I like that I go out of my way to help other people. Just write that down. Don't just say it mentally. Say it mentally as well, but write it down. And I want you to read that at the end of the week. So on a Sunday, just flick through the pages and read that, and you'll be surprised that there's so many things that you hadn't discovered about yourself that you're discovering now. And it's just such an amazing self-confidence building exercise. I hope you leave this video with feeling a bit better about yourself and confident about yourself, because that's what I want you guys to feel about yourself. And it really hurts me when I see comments. I actually get so many comments by you guys saying that you don't feel good about yourself, or you feel really bad about this or that about yourself, and that really, really hurts me. And I really hope that you find self-confidence and feel great about yourself, because that's what I want for you. Okay, guys, I love you so much, and I'll see you next Friday. Mwah. Bye.